Yeah, so driving out here, I saw Kong or Godzilla X Kong, a New Empire. This is my Kong shirt. It says Team Kong. I have a couple Godzilla shirts. I think I have like three. I have no Kong shirts, so now I do. So I just want to talk about it real quick, give my quick thoughts and reviews. So I've been seeing a lot of people pull this thing of the stories the stories that they're strong. I'm like, story's fine. Story's simple. Simple doesn't always mean it needs to be Shakespearean. In this movie, you learn a lot of stuff, more about the world, the realm, things like that you discover on it. And some people are like, oh, it's done, it's fun. No, it's a interesting movie in itself. So, firstly, and I'm speaking calmly because I've been running around, so I've been able to calm down a bit. I want to put in there that this was a lot of growth, and I'm going to keep this spoiler lights and no spoilers. Kong had a lot of growth in this movie. I thought it was a very good idea the way they focused Kong on it. Now, I've seen some, well, at least one or two, like, for example, Jeremy Johns, sit there and say that Godzilla's not in the movie. Godzilla's all throughout the movie. I have no idea. Sometimes, I like Jeremy Johns, but sometimes I'll be like, dude, did you even watch the same movie? Like, from start to finish, Godzilla's throughout this movie. Godzilla was doing doing very specific Godzilla stuff, like extremely specific, but it was very funny and entertaining. But you saw stuff that Godzilla was doing, so I didn't understand that. I like what they did with Godzilla. Godzilla was very simplistic and very focused, and Godzilla was doing Godzilla stuff, as Godzilla should. Godzilla fighting monsters, doing whatever. So you got to see a big progression, because Kong has a very tragic backstory. So the fact that you got to see a lot of what put this in here. There we go. Kong and the growth and development and who Kong is and everything, I thought that was great. I also seen people complain about the humans. I don't understand. The humans were fine. I didn't really see an issue with that. They were specifically doing something, and you got to see some unique things in relationships and who's what and where everything is, and they kind of referenced back to the other stuff of the previous films, and they kind of tied it together. With Scar King and the other apes, like, you got to see a lot of personality. Like, it almost felt like to a level of Caveman. Like, there was a lot, and I really liked it, especially how they opened it, what they were dealing with, and how Godzilla functions, how King Kong functions, how they think, how they do stuff. I thought that was great. The humans, I had no issues. I was like, okay, cool. We're taking the humans here, putting them here. We're taking this here, putting that there. And the humans actually helped, and they did their thing as well. Scar King, fantastic villain. You got a lot out of Scar King. Where everything went, and even a little Kong and stuff like that. Like, I thought that was great. There was just some good stuff. And you also got to see that another variant showing that Kong is not like a savage beast, which I thought was phenomenal. Like I said, I didn't really have any issues with the humans. I like the focus. There was a family dynamic that was in there. There was a destiny dynamic that was in there. There are some things you don't know about that come up later. Shimu is very interesting story. I would like to learn more about Shimu in the grand scheme of things. Like, they talk about Scar King, and Scar King actually has something in the bigger picture. And I thought that was awesome. And I thought Scar King was a great villain. And I thought Shimu was an interesting villain, like, character in itself. I think it's her. Godzilla was just doing a thing, and then I like when they got like, when everything kind of folded out. There's some surprises in the movie I won't tell you about, but it's some surprises where it's like, oh, that's really awesome. And the movie had me bringing the chair thing again, because I was super excited. And overall, the movie story is very easy to follow, and I felt as though there was a lot of like kaiju and a lot of progression and a lot of very simplistic, this is what's happening, that's what's happening. Here's this, here's that. Here's what's dangerous. Here's the motivations. Here's this. And when I'm seeing people go, oh, the story was just, I'm like, a straightforward story doesn't mean it's a bad story. Not everything needs to be Shakespearean. And sometimes putting too much in a story makes it go awry and can really bog down the movie. This movie's pacing was good. The CG was top notch. Marvel, Disney, take notes. That's how you do CG. And it was fun, fluid. Like I said, I think the humans had a good progression. And I like that with the movies, they're changing people out. Some are staying, some are going. So it feels like it's moving, but it's okay. And I actually think that it was good. That worked really well. Because you're really there to see the kaiju. And people were getting wiped out. And the fights were incredible. Every single fight was awesome. Big fights happen later. You get to see stuff. You're like, what is going on? Wow. Like the whole time is like, this is crazy. The whole time I'm watching the movie. So if you want to see a movie that has a very straightforward story that tells its story, a very interesting progression, you get to learn more about them, like the people from Skull Island, and it gives you some more information and you kind of can flow with it. A good time for a story, great fight, great story. In itself, it's very simple, it's very easy to digest, and you just are like, yo, this is awesome. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, okay. And it's something that you can turn your brain off and you can just watch and enjoy. Because you're really there to see the kaiju do what they got to do and why. But there did feel like on both sides of Godzilla and Kong, it feels like there was some kind of progression as characters. Godzilla more like, I know where I'm at, but I know what I need to do when I need to do it. And you kind of got to see how Godzilla functions and thinks when Godzilla has to deal with those threats. For the natural order of things versus how Kong deals with things with threats. The musical scores to me were fantastic. The humans pulled some stuff that I really enjoyed, especially from the previous movie. They like reference and stuff, like Godzilla versus Kong. And there was a point in the movie where I swear I heard the Avengers theme at one point. I'm very curious on for what characters died and who lived and who stuff. Where do we go from here? As you know, and I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about like kaiju. Like there's kaiju that died. You know, because some kaiju got act up, Godzilla has to knock them down. I'm not even talking about the main stuff. I'm talking about where kaiju, like you start seeing there's kaiju at different places and stuff like that, and I'm curious on where they're going, and I really do like it. And I'm like, I wonder where they're going now that you're noticing, like, some of them are here, some of them are there, some of them can claim the territory, just like the previous movies. But now it seems more like they're the animals that are there kind of thing. So, with the end of this, I would like to see where they go next. I personally feel that they should do a Kong movie and a Godzilla movie. If they want to expand on any of the other, MonsterVerse or bring in more monsters, I'm cool with it. But I think they're keeping it very simple, and I think that's good. I think they can handle, I would say, a third kaiju movie. I think they can handle a third one. Like a Kong, a Godzilla, and maybe another kaiju. That's just my personal thing, but I'm here for it. I would like to see them in the next movie or whatever do a classic Godzilla monster, like maybe like Biollante or Destroya or even Space Godzilla if they want to, or something. I definitely want to see more. I loved how they figured out a way for Kong's fist to work a certain type of way and also do a certain thing that, if you catch it, references the previous Kong Godzilla movies. Well, all in all, I personally thought the movie straight up blew my mind. Yep, I'm putting it up there. Not even a should buy. I want to see it again. Like I said, I'm only talking calm just because I had a long day, way longer than I thought. And I'm chilling. But I want to see the movie again. I enjoyed it. I thought it's to me, my personal opinion, it's one of the best MonsterVerse movies. I really like seeing where the progression is as the characters, and I do want to see more of this universe, and I want to see Godzilla and Kong, of course, but I would like to see them separate again on their own thing, and then come back together again, and I would like to see more, maybe like another kaiju. I'm all for it. Like I said, I'm speaking commentary, but it is what it is. Tell me what you think. Did you see the movie? I freaking loved it. Like I said, it blew my mind. I love the MonsterVerse. I don't care what the critics say. And if you had trouble following this movie, or you're like, well, it doesn't make sense, or the humans are kind of weird, even though they were talking and acting like regular humans, I'm to a point that you should know what you're getting when you're after the first and second movie. You should know what you're getting by now. If you don't, that's a you problem, not a movie problem. And with this, the humans were fine. I don't like, it's one thing when humans are annoying. I'm like, the humans were there actually doing stuff. So I don't understand that complaint. Oh, the humans were, and that's just me. I mean, y'all can say what you want. I personally feel like if you had weird fundamental issues with the movie, or you're like, I don't understand, that sounds like a you comprehension problem, not the movie didn't tell it, because they spoon-fed that movie. And I know why they did it. This way it was very easy to digest. So personally, blew my mind. Decided I needed some Kong representation, because I got like two or three Godzilla shirts, but no Kong shirts. So now I got a Kong shirt. Well, but tell me what you think. Did you see it? Geek Protagonist, you stay safe, you stay healthy, stay real. And I'll see you.